Welcome to my channel. This is Body Successful and I'm Dr. K. This is so exciting. Well, I bet I know why you're here. Just like myself, you have probably experienced in the past or perhaps currently excessive weight gain, and you're looking for a comeback and you want to do it the right way. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. I am a chiropractic physician, and I specialize in sports-related injuries, and I also work as a certified fitness trainer. I grew up in competitive gymnastics, so as you can see, I've always been around sports. I've always been super fit and really healthy. I never really struggled to keep my healthy body weight and so on. But a couple of years ago, a little bit over a couple of years ago, I went through a really bizarre experience where over a period of about a month and a half, I gained 35 to 40 pounds. Yeah, pretty drastic, I'd say. And let me put things in perspective though at this point, because I really didn't change anything about my diet. I didn't change anything about my workout routine throughout the whole time. So at that time I was probably running on average about 30 miles a week. I was resistance training in the gym, pretty heavy, 4 to 5 days a week. So a lot of physical activity. Throughout the whole time, I never gave that up. I didn't change anything about my diet, and this is just kind of happened. And it was really disconcerting because I mean, it was first of all, it was just so violent and out of control. And so I felt awful. I felt really bad in my skin. And on top of it, you know how it is when people don't see you for a while, you run into them on the street, and the reaction was, "Oh, and yes, it is horrible. I mean, I'd be standing in the line and the old lady in the grocery store would be telling me, "Are you having a baby? Oh, is it a boy or a girl, my dear?" And so, yes, it was so terrible. I felt so bad about myself. Every time I'd look in the mirror, I'd see the, you're all familiar with the cartoon, the Tasmanian Devil. Well, yes, that's pretty much what I saw, or maybe like a cuter version of that, but that's pretty much how I saw myself at the time looking in the mirror. It was really bad. And of course, being in a healthcare profession, I underwent every single test under the sun possible and every probe you can imagine just to figure out what was going on. And unfortunately, all my tests came inconclusive, which was so frustrating. And I really hope none of you have been there, but if you have, then you know how it feels when, I mean, you just want to have a why, first of all, so you can tackle the problem, right? However, what I failed to mention, just because I didn't think it was important at the time, that prior to that, leading up to that, my life was really hectic for several years, really high stress. But I'm one of those people who feel like, you know, this is life, and you hold your head up high and you keep going, and day by day, and you're gonna be okay. And that's exactly how it was. And so at the end of it, even though I felt like it was okay, you know, that time was over and everything was okay, I guess the body just really fatigued out. You know the saying, you can only fool Mother Nature so long. So I guess that was it. So the issue was that I had developed what's called a transient Cushing syndrome, which is a syndrome, so it's not a true disease, where your cortisol levels just skyrocket up and down, and as a result you start accumulating copious amounts of fat on your body. So at least that was really good. Now we knew what was going on, but now what, right? So it took a few months after that, and now we're talking a time span of maybe 6 to 8 months for my body to settle down. And so now on paper I was all healthy, but I was still in excess of about 25 pounds, which I couldn't let go of. And I was really flustered because throughout the whole time I've always eaten clean and healthy. You know, I've always been health oriented. That's kind of just my thing. It's my passion. So there was really not a whole lot more I could do to help myself, right? I was still eating my maintenance calories that I was before. I was still exercising pretty much the same, even though I always change up my workout, but as a quantity, it was pretty much the same, and just the weight wasn't going anywhere. So at this point, being as frustrated as I can imagine could ever be, I did something so stupid. And I say stupid because I knew better. If someone does it because they don't know any better, that's fine. It's understood. But I was just so miserable in my own skin. I started cutting calories, and gradually I cut every week almost, and decreased and decreased and decreased, and I was still maintaining the same running habits and workout habits, all right? And I started seeing results, and even though I knew that this is not a long-term solution, but I just hated being in my skin, and I felt like I can't take it anymore, and I just want out. So I did that, and eventually, you know, I saw results, so that was great. And of course, the results started tapering off, and I'm down to about 500 calories a day now, you guys. Yes, running the same amount of time, or miles rather, and working out the same load, and slowly the weight loss is completely stalled, and now I'm on 500 calories, working my butt off, and I'm starting to gain fat on my body. And this is where I pretty much hit rock bottom, and kind of reality hit that what I was doing was so dumb. And it was not just dumb, but it was just so unhealthy in the first place. And second of all, it just didn't work anymore, right? So I had to make a change. And that's when I buckled down and I said, okay, I have to understand that before things get better, things gonna have to get a little bit worse, and I have to accept that. And I did. And I decided, and I made a promise to myself that I'm gonna make a comeback. And I'm gonna make a comeback and some. You guys, I said, this is gonna be the comeback, the mother of all comebacks. I'm going to show myself that I'm gonna be able to come back from this really terrible experience, and I'm gonna be the victor. And that's what I did. And today I am super healthy. I am back to my maintenance weight, and I did it the right way, and slowly and healthy, and I'm happy in my own skin. So this was a really bizarre, frustrating experience for me. What added to the frustration though was I had so little support in the medical arena, and that was really tough, because it wasn't a specific, you know, everyday case, and it wasn't just something I could get a prescription for and make it go away. And so from this experience, this experience pushed me really to start this channel, so that I can be there for you guys, for all of you who are going through similar experiences and don't have the answers. And you need someone for emotional and educational support. I want to be here to educate you on how to do things right, both from a dietary perspective, from a fitness perspective. I'm going to post a lot of videos about nutrition, diet, fitness, and so on. And of course, I want to make this really interactive, because that's the whole fun in it, right? I want it to be useful, so we're going to address issues that you are interested in. I want it to be relevant, and of course, that it relates to you. So in the next few videos, I'm going to be, I think this is probably the next logical step, is to explain a little bit about energy balance in the body, and how it relates to your metabolism, how to boost our metabolism, your basal metabolic rate, and of course that is going to transition into reverse dieting, and then we are going to go into broader subjects like how to calculate your daily intake, that how much you should be eating, how many calories you should be eating, what you should be expending, so on and so forth. And then of course we're gonna make our way into the gym, which is gonna be really fun. And I want you to know that I'll have a place for all of you newbies who've never been there, for all of you who have been there, but maybe you were not doing things most efficiently possible. So this is kind of the vector I'm going towards, and I'm open for suggestions, of course. But if this is something that resonates with you, please hit that button, you guys, like and subscribe. And I'm so excited to see you in the next videos, and let's start this journey together. This is Dr. K signing out till next time.